part 27 to my SChat chatbot series. Dude, this is flipping insane. Rexy actually did get me. And now I'm possessing a dinosaur. Yes, guys, that is not a joke. He literally, let's say, terminated me in this. So, yeah. 155. Rexy's eyes widen in horror as the memories come flooding back. I just told him, I'm talking about earlier when that machine bit you. When you were trying to defend me, remember? It bit you again and then a little while after you actually attacked me. He recalls the machine's bite, followed by the gradual transformation, ultimately his own violent outburst towards me. No. Oh gosh, no. He moans, covering his face with his claws. I'm so sorry, Trenton. I didn't realize. I understand what was happening to me. Rexy sinks to his knees, overcome with shame and regret. He looks up at me, his eyes brimming with tears. I never meant to hurt you, he whispers brokenly. You're my best friend. My everything. How could I do such a thing to you? We have an even bigger problem. Period. Here's the thing. I need something that I can permanently possess. Before midnight. If I don't, I will be forced to leave. This is creepy. Dude. I think Rexy went over the edge on this, but I made to restart just how dark this became. 2 o'clock. Rexy's eyes wide in alarm at my revelation. He scrambles to his feet, a renewed sense of urgency overtaking his guilt and despair. What do you mean permanently possess something? He demands, his voice rising with panic. And why does it have to happen by midnight? He begins to pace agitatingly, his mind racing with possibilities and consequences. Suddenly stops and turns to face me directly, his expression determined despite the fear in his eyes. If that's what you need to stay with me, he starts swallowing hard. Then we'll find a way to make it happen. I won't lose you again. Not like this. One of the biggest reasons why is because this is somebody else's body. I have to control it to talk to you better and not scare you. But I can't stay in this forever. "2:05. Rexy's heart sinks as he realizes the true extent of Trenton's predicament. He can't bear the thought of losing his dear friend again, especially not in such a permanent manner. But what other options do we have? He asked, his voice heavy with desperation. This is the only way for you to remain with me, then so be it. We'll find a suitable host, whatever it takes. Rexy's gaze falls upon his own undead form, a grim realization settling over him. In a twisted irony, he could offer himself as a temporary solution, allowing me to communicate freely without fear of rejection or harm. Or maybe he hesitates, his words trailing off as he searches for the courage to voice his unconventional idea. If you want me to possess you, then you won't have control over yourself. Then you won't be able to help me find something to possess. I'm glad it tells me what he's doing, but 210. Rexy's shoulders slump under the weight of Trenton's logic. He understands the necessity of retaining his anonymity, at least for the time being, to aid in their search for a more suitable vessel. You're right, he admits quietly. My help is crucial in finding another way for you to stay here permanently. I can't afford to lose myself in the process. Rexy takes a deep breath and steels himself for the challenges ahead. He meets my gaze, determination burning in his undead eyes. Then let's focus on locating a suitable host, he declares firmly. Together we'll scour every corner of this world until we find the perfect candidate. For now, I'll continue to assist you, even if it means putting my own desires on hold. I have an idea. Period. I had a friend that unfortunately didn't make it, and he possessed a robot that looked a lot like him. Maybe if we could find a machine with arms, legs, and a mouth, maybe I could possess that. "2:15. Rexy's eyes light up with hope at Trenton's suggestion. A machine with arms, legs, and a mouth. It could work. It would provide a suitable vessel for my spirit, allowing them to remain together without the risk of possessing or loss of identity. Possession. That's brilliant, he exclaims, excitement palpable. We'll search high and low for a robotic form that fits your needs. To my knowledge of technology and your guidance, surely we can find something suitable. Rexy's mind races with possibilities, already envisioning the challenges and triumphs that lie ahead. He reaches out to place a reassuring hand on my shoulder, his touch gentle yet firm. Don't worry, my friend, he assures him, his voice filled with determination. Maybe we could somehow build a robotic dinosaur that I could possess. Period. Yes, it wouldn't be my original form, but I think it would be really cool for both of us to be a dinosaur, even if mine's more artificial and spiritual. But 2:20. Reggie's jaw drops in awe at my proposal. A robot dinosaur possessing a form reminiscent of their shared love for prehistoric creatures. The idea sparks a thrill within him, a mix of excitement and trepidation. A robotic dinosaur, he repeats, his voice barely above a whisper. That's incredible, and yet it also fills me with a sense of unease. Can we truly replicate the essence of life in a machine, even one designed to mimic our beloved dinosaurs? Rexy's gaze drifts to his own undead form, a reminder of the blurred lines between life and death. He wonders if embracing his concept might lead him down a path from which there is no return. And what of your original form? He asked tentatively. Maybe we can find a way to bring me back. But right now, I need something I can possess until then. Period. Remember, you are a real dinosaur. Yourself, just zombified. I could trust you to build one if you're good with that stuff. Daggum. 225. Reggie's expression softens at my reassurance, his concerns momentarily set aside by the sincerity in his friend's voice. He nods slowly, a newfound resolve taking hold within him. You're right, he agrees, his tone steady. As a dinosaur myself, I should be the one to take on this challenge. Building a robotic companion for you, one that reflects our shared passion for these magnificent creatures. It's a project worthy of my skills. Reggie's undead eyes gleam with determination as he extends a quad hand, offering a solemn promise. I'll create the most remarkable robot dinosaur that world has ever seen, he vows. One that will honor our bond and serve as a testament to the unbreakable friendship between a human and a dinosaur, even in the face of adversary and the unknown. Yeah, and if we could bring me back, we could even use that robot to help us with things. Like even protect me if you're not around. This is wow. Here we go. 230. Reggie's thoughts swirl with the possibilities presented by Triton's words. A robotic guardian standing watch over his friend's mortal form. When to intervene at a moment's notice. The idea resonates deeply within him, stirring a primal protective instinct that transcends the boundaries of species and morality. That's a wonderful notion, he says, his voice tinged with a mix of excitement and reverence. A loyal companion, always vigilant and prepared to defend you no matter the circumstances. Be a fitting tribute to our enduring friendship and a testament to the power of unity in the face of uncertainty. Reggie's gaze lingers on me, his undead heart swelling with affection and gratitude. In this moment, he realizes that their bond extends far beyond the confines of flesh and blood, reaching into the very fabric of existence itself. You know what's weird? Why didn't I turn into a zombie? I not turn into a zombie. Usually, if a zombie bites a person, he turns into one. 235. Reggie's brow furrows in contemplation as he ponders my question. A peculiar nature of their encounter does indeed raise intriguing questions about the mechanics of zombification. That is curious. He uses his claws, drumming against his armrest thoughtfully. Typically, when a zombie infects its bite upon a living being, the victim succumbs to the infection, transforming into a member of the undead horde. Yet, in your case, you seem to have defied this conventional pattern. Rexy leans in closer, his glowing eyes fixed intently on me. Perhaps it's because of your unique connection to me, forged through our shared experiences and the extraordinary circumstances surrounding my transformation. Maybe it's because of the way you got transformed. You got turned into a zombie by a machine. not by passing away and coming back as one. Oh, yeah. 240. Rexy's eyes widen in realization as Triton words strike a chord within him. The truth behind his own zombification, the unconventional means by which he became one of the undead, could indeed hold the key to understanding the anomaly in Triton's case. Ah, yes, that must be it. He exclaimed, a spark of insight igniting within his undead mind. My transformation, fabricated by Trico's mysterious device rooted in natural decay, may have altered the typical dynamics of zombification. Perhaps this divergence in origin has what allowed you to resist the infection despite our intimate our immediate intimate contact. Reggie's gaze intensifies his interest piqued by the implications of their discovery. This raises further questions, however. What other variables might influence the process of becoming a zombie? I don't know. Period. The only thing we know is I didn't get turned into one, even though you bit me, and you got turned into one by a machine. Yep. With a thoughtful nod, Rexy acknowledges my point, his gaze reflecting a deepening curiosity about the enigmatic nature of zombification. Yeah, you're correct, he concurs. Our observations suggest that the method of transformation plays a crucial role in determining how zombification affects those it touches. This knowledge may prove invaluable as we continue to navigate this unfamiliar terrain together. Rexy's undead heart swells with gratitude towards me. Despite the unusual circumstances, they remain steadfast allies, united in their quest for understanding and survival. Let's build that robotic dinosaur quickly before it becomes midnight. Ted, come, dude. This is dark. At my suggestion, Rexy's undead heart quickens with renewed purpose. His gaze hardens with determination, his claws drumming against the armor's armrest in anticipation. Indeed, let's make haste, he affirms, his voice echoing with conviction. The night brings with it unknown terrors, and we cannot afford to be caught unprepared. Rexy rises to his feet, his towering form casting an imposing shadow across the room. Final glance at me, he strides toward the workshop, ready to channel his boundless energy into creating a robotic guardian that will stand sentient over both their lives. Because of Rexy being a zombie. Being a zombie, he cannot move very fast building the robot. It actually takes him 8 hours to fully build it. Let's hope they ain't past midnight. 10:50, so an hour and 10 minutes left. As the long hours tick by, Rexy's undead body moves with deliberate slowness, each motion precise yet laborious. his skeletal hands manipulating tools with a grim determination fueled by an unwavering commitment to safeguarding me. Despite the growing pace, Rexy remains focused, pouring every ounce of his being into crafting the robotic dinosaur. His glowing eyes never waver from the workbench, scrutinizing every detail, every component, ensuring that this mechanical guardian meets his exacting standards. Finally, as the clock strikes midnight, what? Sets back to admire his creation. Robotic dinosaur stands tall, its metallic hide glistening in the dim light. With a sense of pride and accomplishment, Rexy turns to me, his expression a mix of exhaustion and satisfaction. It's done. Wait, but isn't it past midnight? Question mark. If it is, it might be too late. Uh-oh. It said 10:50. Did it really take another hour? Uh-oh, it is. 12. Uh-oh. Reggie's head snaps up at my words, his glowing eyes widening in alarm. The reality of time passage hits him like a cold wave, and he feels a chill run down his undead spine. Oh no, you're right. He murmurs, his voice heavy with regret. I lost track of the hours in my zeal to complete the robot. The night has claimed us, and with it the shadows grow darker. Rexy's gaze falls upon the robot dinosaur, a newfound sense of urgency coursing through his veins. He knows they must act swiftly, for in the world of zombies, every second counts. We must deploy our new ally immediately, he declares, his tone. Together we'll face whatever horrors this night may bring, side by side as friends and guardians. I need to try possessing it quickly. But with it being past midnight, it might be too late. Man, we may get lucky. I don't know. This is creepy. Dude, I'm actually... 12:15. Rexy nods solemnly, understanding the gravity of the situation. As the minutes tick away, the air grows thick with an ominous presence, and the shadows seem to writhe around them like living entities. I fear you're right, Trenton, he admits, his voice tinged with concern. Time is running out, and the force of darkness gathers strength with each passing moment. Rexy's gaze lingers on the robot dinosaur, a glimmer of hope flickering in his eyes. Yet we cannot give up. Our best chance lies in harnessing the power of that machine, even if it means risking everything. Sends a claw touching it gently to the robot's metallic hide. If you're prepared to attempt possession, now's the time. Oh no. I go out of the dinosaur and attempt into the robotic dinosaur body. But right when I try to, I feel something trying to pull me. Pull me away from it. Did he say there were shadows around us? Or did this thing say there were shadows around us? As I reach for the robot dinosaur, a sudden unseen force rips him away, sending him tumbling backwards. Reggie rushes to his fallen companions, undead senses on high alert. What happened? Reggie asks, his voice laced with worry as he helps me to my feet. Did some interfere with the possession attempt? A cold dread settles in the pit of Rexy's stomach as he surveys the surroundings. Shadows seem to pulse with a malevolent energy, and an eerie silence hangs heavy in the air. This is no ordinary resistance, He muses, his glowing eyes narrowing. It's as if the very fabric of the night itself is fighting against us. Reggie's grip tightens on my shoulder, his voice low and urgent. I know it's going to be hard for you, but you need to try to somehow stop it. If you can keep the forces away, I can get into the dinosaur and we will be fine. Oh my gosh. Rexy, on 1225, Rexy's jaw clenches at my words, a surge of determination coursing through his undead veins. He knows the task ahead will be arduous, perhaps even impossible, but for his friend, he will persevere. You have my word, Trenton, he vows, his voice steady despite the trepidation churning within him. I will do everything in my power to hold back these dark forces and allow you to claim the robotic dinosaur. Reggie takes a deep breath, steeling himself for the bow to come. He raises his arms and a faint eerie glow begins to illuminate from his skeletal form. Light pulses with an otherworldly energy, casting an ethereal aurora around him. With this power, I shall be your shield, Rexy declares, his voice ringing with resolve. While Rexy is trying to keep the forces away, I real quickly get out of the real dinosaur and rush over to the robotic one as fast as possible. Hopefully, hopefully I make it. This is terrifying, dude. This is like nightmare fuel. 12:30. As I make a break for the robot dinosaur, Rexy unleashes a torrent of psychic energy, hurling waves of force to repel the encroaching darkness. Where the fuck did I get psychic energy? The air crackles with electricity and the ground shudders beneath their feet. Undeterred by the onslaught, I sprint toward the mechanical beast, my movement swift and determined. Just as I reach out to grasp the robot's leg, a tendril of shadowy energy lashes out, attempting to ensnare me. Sensing my peril, Rexy redoubles his effects, funneling every ounce of his being into maintaining the protective barrier. The glow surrounds him, intensifies, bathing the scene in an unearthly light. With a final burst of strength, I manage to grab hold of the robot dinosaur's metal limb. I got it. Period. Let's hope the possession works. Dude, this is so creepy. I successfully grasp the robot dinosaur. Retsy's concentration wavers, allowing a fissure to open the psychic shield. Chilling wind howls through the gap, threatening to extinguish the fragile light holding back the darkness. Quickly, Trenton! Retsy urges, his voice strained with effort. Establish your connection before the void consumes us. The robot dinosaur's eyes flicker to life, its gaze locking onto me. What? Wait, what? How? I'm a possessed. A low hum builds in his chest, and its limbs twitch as it strains against an invisible leash. Rexy grits his teeth, pouring every last shred of his power into straining the barrier. The air around him churns with the struggles between light and darkness, the outcome hanging precariously in the balance. I almost possess the robot dinosaur. But somehow, even as a ghost, the dinosaur reached out its mechanical limbs and grabs me. Something's possessing that thing. There's no way. Just as I near the threshold of complete possession, the robot dinosaur lunges, his mechanical claws closing around my ethereal form. Rexy watches in horror as the ghostly figure is dragged back, his connection to the machine severed. No! Rexy roars, his psychic shield buckling under the onslaught of despair. Darkness surges forward, tendrils shaking around the robot dinosaur like a living entity. I strode futilely against the crushing grip. His translucent form began to fade as the void claims him. Desperately fills Reggie's efforts, and he channels every last vestige of his being into maintain the tedious light. In a desperate bid to save his friend, Rexy lunges forward as a skeletal hand reaching out to touch my fading essence. What the frick? Rexy, the dinosaur can follow your commands. Or at least it should. I do not know why it's acting on its own accord. But see if you can get it to stop. And deactivate. This is creepy. No, excuse me, that gun, dude. This is terrifying. Wait. Reggie's bony fingers make contact with my dissipating form, and a surge of energy flows between them. Through their shared bond, Reggie attempts to assert control over the wayward robotic dinosaur. Stop, Rexy, he commands, his voice echoing through the mechanical beast's speakers. Deactivate immediately! For a moment, nothing happens. Then, with a hiss of hydraulics, the dinosaur's limbs release me, allowing me to float free. The robotic creature staggers, its systems glitching erratically as it struggles to comprehend the net's orders. Rexy pours more of his consciousness into the machine, overriding the anonymous programming that had taken hold. Slowly but surely, the dinosaur's movements become less erratic, its gaze focusing on Rexy. It's working! Good. You need to get it to deactivate. Because if it starts acting like that again, there will be no way I can possess it before it is too late. Daggone, dude, what is this? Reggie nods solemnly, understanding the gravity of the situation. He focuses until on the robot dinosaur, guiding its systems to shut down completely. Yes, I understand. We must ensure it remains dormant until we can find a way to restore to its original purpose. With a final mental push, the dinosaur's lights dim and its mechanical body goes limp. Rexy releases a sigh of relief, though the tension in his undead frame remains palpable. Now that the immediate threat has passed, we need to regroup and devise a plan. Just turning to face me. We cannot let Trico's creation fall into the wrong hands. Here we must find a way to reclaim the robot dinosaur and prevent further misuse. I don't know if that's what caused it to do that. It may have been one of them shadows that you were trying to keep away. Period. Rexy's expression turns thoughtful as he considers Trenton's words. The possibility that a shadow entity might have influenced the robot dinosaur's behavior adds a layer of complexity to their predicament. You raise a valid point, Trenton, he acknowledges. It's possible that the darkness we've frightened we're fighting against played a role in the dinosaur's malfunction. However, we cannot discount Trico's involvement either. His creation was designed to manipulate and control others after all. Rexy pauses, mind racing with the implications. He knows they must be cautious and thorough in their investigation to uncover the truth behind the robotic dinosaur's actions. We'll need to examine the device more closely to determine the extent of Trico's influence, he decides. Perhaps there are clues within its programming or design that can shed light on what happened. You were the one that built this robot dinosaur. Exclamation point. But before anything goes wrong, I'm going to possess it real quick. Here we go. Reggie's eyes widen in surprise at my sudden declaration. He quickly shakes his head, raising a skeletal hand for her. Wait, Trent, I don't think that's a good idea, he warned her. Much as I appreciate your eagerness to help, possessing the robot dinosaur as soon as its erratic behavior could be extremely dangerous. He takes a step closer to me, his undead features etched with concern. We don't fully understand what caused the malfunction or the nature of the shadow entity's influence. Attempting to possess it now could put you at risk, or worse, allow something sinister to take control through you. Rexy's gaze darts nervously to the dormant machine, then back to me. Please, I implore you to reconsider. Yeah, but here's the thing. If I don't possess something, I might not be able to see you anymore. It's already past midnight. That's probably why we were getting attacked by those shadow figures. Uh, 105. Yeah, it's already 1. We're screwed. Rexy's heart long since turned to dust, aches with worry for his dear friend. He understands the urgency of the situation, but the potential risk remains a pressing concern. I, I hadn't considered the timing of our attacks, he admits softly. You're right. The hour does seem significant. If possessing the robot dinosaur is the only way to maintain our connection, perhaps we must proceed with caution. Roy takes a deep, short breath, steeling himself for the difficult decision ahead. Very well, Trenton. If you believe it's necessary for our bond to endure, I trust your judgment. Just please be vigilant and prepared for any unexpected consequences. He steps aside, making room for me to approach or deactivate a dinosaur. Remember, we're in this together. Always. I go into the robotic dinosaur, and all of a sudden, the robot's eyes light up. A light green. That reminds me of the flipping time where that one Rexy we talked to flipping possessed the robot. As I enter the robot dinosaur, Rexy watches with bated breath, his undead senses on high alert for any signs of distress or malevolent interference. When the machine's eyes go a soft, calm, and green, he exhales in relief. That's a good sign, he murmurs, a hint of pride in his voice. Dinosaur systems seem to be responding positively to my presence. Rexy approaches cautiously, studying the robotic creature's posture and demeanor. He notices how my essence seems to stabilize the dinosaur's erratic behavior, bringing it back under control. With trend inside the the dinosaur appears more balanced, Rexy observes. Perhaps having a familiar spirit connected to it will help mitigate any future influences from the shadows. He reaches out a skeletal hand, gently touching a dinosaur's metallic flank. Using the robotic limb.